Welcome back, traders. My name is Manuel Fonseca. Welcome to Smart Habits. In today's video, we're gonna see the habit that helped me stop revenge trading. So I'm gonna share with you how I dealt with this problem and how I fixed it. And also gonna give you some suggestions of how you can also fix this on your trading. So the problem no one likes to admit, and this is revenge trading is not about anger. This usually comes from this is the things I highlighted. Frustration. After a loss, feeling behind for the day and wanting to recover emotional. It's not sometimes about the money you have lost, but the feeling you have when you lose. So at the end, yeah, you say, well, I just need to recover the 3 losses. And then you say the X amount of money you have lost. But it's the relief. It's more the emotion that you want to recover, not actually the money, because the money itself is not in your hands. It's literally out of your hands. Once you put it in the broker, it's not in your hands. The money is already out of your pocket. Now what you want to recover is the sensation that you still have it, at least in the screen. And personally, those were the 3 most important emotional factors I highlight when I tried to understand why I was doing revenge trading. And most traders don't revenge trade consciously because we try to justify our revenge trading by force it towards our trading plan, simply justifying emotional like, well, I am not used to lose, so let's recover this stuff. Or the market is against me, so it's the market's fault, or the market makers are manipulating the market, so I cannot win here. And this is the thing: why revenge trading destroys our execution. So revenge trading bypasses rules. This is the thing. When it happens, entries are rushed, risk is ignored, and confirmations are skipped, as well as the structure is forced. And these are just lies that we used to tell to ourselves in order to justify an order that we know is out of the trading plan. And in that precise moment that you start having that feeling, you stop executing and you start reacting. And it's like, just imagine the next. If you have a fight with someone, or you're arguing with someone, let's say not fight, but arguing. When you argue with someone, they can tell many things to you, but it's up to you if you're gonna react back them, right? Now, as I said with the trade with the market is just a piece of information, and if the market show us that you're losing, it's up to you to react and put an order to recover that lose, right? Or not to do it because it's not part of your trading plan. So you need to understand that revenge in trading is just a reaction that you have as a human being. It's not about the market, the news, your strategy, whatever is going on. It's just you because you're the one who clicks on it or you just execute the order. And this is a reality. Why strategy does not fix it? Even good strategies fail under revenge trading. You can have a solid smart money concept model or any other trading system, a clear setups or a good market read, but once emotions take control of you, the strategy becomes irrelevant. And I can say that from my bottom of my heart, my friends, I have had a really good strategy. When I backtested, it was absolutely astonishing, really good results. And when I was in the market executing the orders live, it was a completely mess. But not because of the strategy, because let's imagine that I have a spot, a correct zone, and there I would need a confirmation. So I rush, I execute entry, I execute the order, I rushed to execute the order. I didn't wait for confirmation. Maybe I got the confirmation, it went to stop loss, so I got another entry, and at the end I put a second order with confirmation, and that worked. So in this example, I execute 5 orders, just one worked. And it means that in this example I'm just providing, just one should have gone to stop loss. So I got 3 or 4 losses that wasn't in my trading plan. So I messed it up, the strategy, but not because the strategy is wrong, because this is providing me where the market may react, the tools to analyze when it will react. But the problem was the trader, the executor. So, and this is something you need to understand on trading. Your mind will split into 2 personalities. there is one person who analyzes the market, which is you, which is the analyst. You see the market movement, the market structure. Okay, you see the potential point of interest where the market may have a reaction. And there is another person. Once you do that, then it's switched and it becomes the executor or the trader. One is the analyst, the other is the trader. The trader is the person who clicks on the button, put the risk, and have that horrible feelings in his stomach that says like, I mess it up, I'm not doing it. Is the person who feels the revenge. And we spend plenty of time teaching ourselves how to understand the market. It means the strategy or the analyst, but we give up in the trader part, which is the part in which we have to solidify the system. The consistency is not in the analysis, but in the trading execution. So after reflecting a little bit, I get to the next. So the real cause of revenge trading is a response to loss, not to the loss itself, right? So it comes from lack of emotional reset, no post-loss structure, stay mentally inside the last trade. That personally, that's something that has affected me for a period of time, right? And it means that, and this is something I need to, I said to myself, I probably, you need to hear this, and it is that your last trade does not says anything about you as a trader. Do not identify with the last trade you got, or you lose, or you win, because in each order we can see our own ego. It means if you identify yourself with the loss, your ego is pushing your emotions down, right? Telling you that you're not for this job. But if the trade goes well and you got a positive result, then your ego says you're good for this stuff. So keep doing it and you're the best of the world. And now you're gonna be a millionaire or a rich person. So we need to untie ourselves from the results of our previous trades. We need to understand, and as I said to you before, it is also that I repeat to myself most of the times that we don't trade with, we don't validate the quality of ourselves as a traders or our strategy based on the last few trades. We validate that in the last 10 trades, 1,000 trades, a proper sample that follows a proper system or trading plan. That's what would determine if your strategy is good or you as a trader need to fix some stuff, right? So remember the example I said when I play FIFA and I reset the machine to play the match again. So the lack of emotional reset is something that we need to work with. And it means that once you got a loss, you need to find a system to reset your emotions. It's like you lose, that's fine. Go out for a walk, get busy in your another job, right? Or just make a structure when you have the losses. In my personal case, what I do is like if I lose, that's it. I close the market and I start doing other stuff, right? During the day, because I need to tell you this, during the day, I think about the loss, right? And I feel horrible a little bit, but it's the process. I know there will be a day in which I just simply will see that loss as a loss, and I will keep going on with my life, and I would need it to do all that process of thinking about the loss. But it's a process, right? So losses are normal. Poor responses are optional. So this is the habit that changed everything for myself, right? So I stopped trading immediately after loss with one simple rule. And it was after losing trade, I pause. Literally, I said to you, I just close the windows, right? Or I step away from charts for a while, or I do nothing for a defined period of time, right? Because I train myself not to react. And once you got a loss and you see how the candles are moving towards a certain direction, your brain starts thinking so fast and says, "Oh, in this candle, I could have recovered the loss I have. Oh, if I oversize or I put more lots on this order and this candle, I can even win more." No, no, leave it. Right? This habit broke the emotional chain. For a really long period of time, I haven't done revenge trading because I didn't see any purpose on it at first. And what actually helped me to do that is once if I don't see a clear pattern of confirmation, I didn't execute any. But let me tell you why this habit of even having the correct pattern confirmation or pause works. And it says that it is that the pause resets the nervous system, biologically talking, right? Prevents impulse entries and forces the discipline automatically. And we need to understand that we need to force our discipline, right? So you don't rely on the willpower. No, because it's not like you wake up and say, I'm gonna follow my trading plan. No. You rely on structure because this is the thing. There are some days that we feel motivated, we follow our training plan flawlessly. Let's say today. Tomorrow you had a bad day, you didn't wake up in time, you're just in a rush, and then you mess it up. Everything you have done until, and that's willpower, right? That's if you have a proper structure, a system to work with. That sometimes I made this method that relies to the next. It's how to apply this habit. So imagine that you are in your whatever the profession you, and if they say if you do that, you need to be, you will be, so you have to do that most. So think about this profession, which is you don't have any boss to tell you what to do. You need to understand if you do not follow your trading or you don't pause when you have a loss, someone will be highly affected. Like I don't know, someone will die, something or something like that, right? Or you will be fired, right? So you will take care about consciously because you need to trick your mind in a certain way. You need to actually respond to this. Now, make it non-negotiable, and this is the thing. Define in advance counts as a loss. How long the pause lasts and when trading can resume. So this is the thing. For example, personally, what counts as a loss? Definitely when I just have and stop loss. That what counts as a loss for me. What is a valid loss for me when that loss follows the trading plan? So if I execute an order by FOMO or without confirmation, yes, it's still a loss. And now I have to deal with an extra loss, right? But if this loss is part of my trading plan, okay, that's actually a loss. How long the pause will last for me is until I get a next confirmation from the market. And it mostly takes more than 30 minutes. So my confirmations, my pauses are more or less like that, 30 minutes or more. And when I trading can resume again when I get the confirmation. So probably this may help. So if rules are clear, the bigger lesson here is consistency comes from behavioral rules. Okay, consistency comes from behavior. Revenge trading stops when losses are accepted, responses are predefined, and habits protects your execution. It's discipline built outside the chart. Okay. That's why I started doing this type of videos about other stuff that are related to trading, but the market structure, right? Define this type of habits you're gonna have when you lose, and I guarantee you, you will have a better result at your execution. And remember, my friends, you don't need more discipline. You need a better habit. So if revenge trading affects, I kindly suggest to my friends, subscribe to the channel. In future videos, I will focus on habits that will protect your execution. As some of the pieces of advice I just rely or they led on this video. And my friends, subscribe to Trade with Structure, Calm, and Consistent. And before you go watch the market, my friends, I kindly suggest you to subscribe again. Click the button, click the like button, and subscribe to the channel, as well as if you have any further questions, leave in the comment boxes. I will be there to listen to them and listen to them, read all of them and pay the most attention because your pain is my pain as well, right? And or it was my pain. If I have an idea of how to overcome, I will portray it here. Okay. So thank you so much for. I see you.